Hey guys, welcome back to the show. If you have not subscribed, please click on the subscription button and let's continue. Imagine waking up one morning, the warm African sun streaming through your window, and then, you turn on the news, or glance at the newspaper, to news that could change your country forever. A headline so big, so impactful, it resonates through every corner of the nation. This is what happened in Uganda. A story that begins not in bustling city centers, but in the heart of its very soil. Beneath its green hills, the sprawling landscapes, and the vibrant communities, a treasure was confirmed, a secret held for millennia, finally brought to light. Gold. Not just a little, but a monumental amount. The Ugandan government announced, with a mix of gravity and excitement, a discovery of about 31 million metric tons of gold ore. A figure so large, it's hard to truly grasp its scale. From this, they estimate, after careful analysis and meticulous calculations, over 320,000 metric tons of pure gold could be extracted. A quantity that places Uganda among the top gold-rich nations on Earth. This is a huge find, sending ripples of excitement, disbelief, and hope across Africa and the world. The news spread like wildfire, capturing imaginations and sparking conversations everywhere. Years of looking into the ground, persistent exploration, and using new technology, cutting-edge geological surveys, led to this moment. A culmination of effort, expertise, and a little bit of luck. The discovery stretches across vast regions of the country, from Karamoja in the northeast to Busia near the Kenyan border, showing a rich vein, a continuous line of gold running through Uganda's heart, a geological marvel, promising wealth and opportunity. For a country with a developing nation, a $40 billion economy, this discovery is truly transformative. Finding a resource, a natural endowment worth trillions is amazing. It's an economic game-changer of epic proportions. It's like stumbling upon a winning lottery ticket, a golden ticket for over 45 million people. A shared fortune, a collective opportunity. This gold could pay for, fund schools, modern learning institutions, hospitals, state-of-the-art healthcare facilities, roads, connecting communities, and create chances, avenues, that were once unimaginable. A complete societal transformation. Suddenly, a future, a horizon. Without needing help, reliance from other countries, external assistance seems possible. A self-determined destiny, but with great promise, potential comes great responsibility. A need for careful planning and wise governance. This is more than beyond just digging up metal. It's about shaping a nation's destiny. Uganda stands at a point, a crossroads where it has to must decide, a big choice. A pivotal moment in its history. The way forward, the path ahead is full of chances, opportunities, but also big problems. Significant challenges lie ahead. How will this money, this wealth, be managed? What strategies will be employed? Who will get the benefits? How will the wealth be shared equitably? Can Uganda avoid the problems, the pitfalls that have plagued other resource-rich countries? The resource curse looms large. The discovery, this monumental find, is just the start. The real work is just beginning. The real test of leadership, of governance and vision for the future of the Pearl of Africa, this beautiful nation, starts now. The decisions made today will shape tomorrow. Uganda's golden age, a future of prosperity and progress, is waiting to be written. The pen is in their hands. Where does the $12 trillion number come from? It's a figure that captures the imagination, a sum so vast it's hard to truly comprehend. But behind the headlines and the sheer scale of the number lies a calculation based on tangible assets. So, how do we arrive at this monumental valuation? What factors are considered and what assumptions are made? Let's break it down. We need to understand the key components that contribute to this impressive figure. The estimate is based on 320,000 metric tons of pure gold. This is the estimated quantity of gold reserves discovered. It's a staggering amount, a veritable treasure trove buried beneath the earth. At around $58,000 per kilogram, which is the approximate market value of gold at the time of calculation. The math adds up to $12 trillion, a truly astronomical figure, representing the potential wealth locked within these gold reserves. But this is a big number for headlines, a possible value, not money in hand. It's crucial to remember that this is a projection, an estimate of what the gold be worth if extracted and sold at current market prices. Mining, cleaning, and selling gold is expensive and complicated. The process involves significant investment, specialized equipment, and skilled labor. Still, the size of this find puts Uganda among the world's top gold-holding nations very quickly. This discovery has catapulted Uganda onto the global stage, transforming its economic prospects almost overnight. International investors and big companies are now paying close attention. The potential for significant returns is attracting considerable interest from around the globe. Uganda's government gets new power in global talks. The discovery strengthens Uganda's position in international negotiations and gives it a stronger voice in global affairs. But the journey from rock to gold bar is long and costly. It requires careful planning, significant investment, and adherence to strict environmental and ethical standards. The final benefit depends on how well they mine, the terms of contracts, and global prices. These factors will ultimately determine the extent to which Uganda benefits from this incredible discovery. $12 trillion is the dream. It's a vision of prosperity and economic transformation for Uganda. The challenge turning that dream into real success for Ugandans. Ensuring that the benefits of this discovery are shared equitably among the population is paramount. The world is watching to see if Uganda can make it happen. Can Uganda navigate the complexities of gold mining and translate this potential wealth into tangible improvements in the lives of its citizens? That is the question on everyone's mind. Gold, a precious metal that has captivated humanity for millennia. But have you ever stopped to consider, how does gold travel? What is the journey it undertakes? From deep underground, often miles beneath the surface, to the gleaming, shiny bars we see in vaults and jewelry stores. The process is a fascinating blend of science, engineering, and a little bit of luck. It all starts with looking for it. The quest to find those elusive deposits. Teams of geologists and scientists using high-tech tools, employing cutting-edge technology, to meticulously survey the land and find places rich in gold ore. Identifying areas where gold is concentrated. Big mining often means large-scale operations, open-pit operations, vast excavations that reshape the landscape. Using huge machines, colossal equipment designed for one purpose, to dig up tons of rock, moving mountains of earth. With gold in it, extracting the precious ore from the surrounding rock. The rock is then crushed, broken down into smaller, more manageable pieces, ground, further pulverized into a fine powder, and mixed with water, creating a muddy mixture. To make a thick liquid, a slurry that carries the gold particles. Chemicals like cyanide, a controversial but effective method, dissolve the gold, separating it from the other minerals, which is then separated, carefully extracted from the chemical solution, and cleaned, purified, to remove any remaining impurities. Smelting melts the gold, transforming it into a molten state. At over 1,000 degrees, an intense heat that burns away any remaining unwanted materials. Taking out dirt, further refining the gold to its purest form. The melted gold is poured, carefully transferred in its liquid state, into molds, precisely shaped containers, forming bars stamped, solidifying into the familiar shape of gold bars, with weight indicating the precise mass of the gold, and how pure they are, guaranteeing the gold's quality and value. But that's not the whole story. There's also small-scale mining, a different approach to finding gold. Small groups using simple tools, relying on manual labor and traditional techniques, looking in rivers, searching for alluvial gold deposits, or digging by hand, extracting gold from the earth with their own effort. While less good, not as efficient as large-scale operations, at getting a lot of gold, producing smaller quantities of the precious metal, and more risky, often involving hazardous working conditions. It helps millions across Africa, providing livelihoods for countless individuals and communities. The challenge, the ongoing effort, bringing small-scale miners, integrating them into the larger economy, into the official system, creating a more regulated and transparent industry, making sure they are safe, ensuring their well-being and protecting them from harm, and share in the benefits, distributing the wealth more equitably. Uganda's gold rush, the surge in gold mining activity, must include everyone, ensuring that all stakeholders benefit from this valuable resource. Not just big companies, but also the local communities and small-scale miners who depend on it for their livelihoods. If managed smartly, Uganda's gold could help the country grow for many years. Mining creates thousands of jobs, not just for miners but engineers, drivers, and more. Local economies would grow fast as supporting businesses get bigger. Government money from taxes and fees could pay for hospitals, schools, and roads. Gold offers a new main source of money, making the country less dependent on farming and making its money more stable. A stronger economy brings in money from other areas, from making things to tourism. Working with international companies could bring new ways of doing things and skills to Ugandans. A new group of skilled workers could appear, building knowledge for the future. The gold is more than just a resource. It's a chance to build up people and the country's ability. The real treasure is what Uganda does with this chance. History warns us about the resource curse, where wealth brings bad behavior and fighting not success. Sudden riches can tempt officials to take money, making a few rich while most get little benefit. Gold wealth could hurt other parts of the economy, making things like coffee less able to compete. Relying too much on gold leaves Uganda open to big changes in prices. Arguments over sharing money can cause social and political problems, especially if local communities feel left out. To avoid this, Uganda needs strong, clear rules and groups from the start. A national savings fund, laws against bad behavior, and public contracts are very important. Open talks with citizens, especially in mining areas, builds trust. Uganda can learn from others' mistakes and choose a different way. The golden dream must not become a nightmare. Uganda's natural beauty is famous, supporting tourism and millions of people's jobs. But big mining threatens this heritage. Open-pit mining destroys forests, animal homes, and landscapes, leaving marks that last for generations. Bad chemicals like cyanide and mercury risk poisoning water, animals, and people. The government must make sure environmental rules are followed strictly and demand the safest ways of doing things. Checking how things affect the environment and protecting certain areas are very important. Mining companies should pay to fix the land after they finish. The gold mining that can continue without hurting Uganda's green history. The world is watching. Can Uganda get gold without losing its natural wonders? The Pearl of Africa must stay green as well as golden. Uganda's gold discovery could change Africa's economic story. If Uganda turns its resource wealth into real growth, it sets an example for the continent. Working together in the region will speed up. New roads, railways, and ports will connect East Africa. Neighbors like Kenya and Tanzania will benefit from more trade and infrastructure. On the world stage, Uganda's gold could change how the market works and give Africa a stronger voice. By cleaning gold in the country, Uganda can get more value and create skilled jobs. If other African nations follow, Africa could go from selling raw materials to being an industrial power. For too long, Africa's resources have made others rich. This is a chance to change that. The future Africa deciding prices, not just taking them. Uganda's success could inspire a new time for the continent. Underneath the headlines, this story is about people. For millions, gold brings hope, jobs, better roads, and a brighter future. But for those living on top of the gold, it brings worry. Will they have to move? Will their land and water be safe? Small-scale miners face uncertainty. Will they be included or pushed aside? The government must make sure small-scale miners are brought in, not forgotten. The true measure of success isn't how many tons are mined or how many dollars are earned. It's whether everyday Ugandans see real improvements in health, education, and opportunities. Will children finish school? Will families have clean water and power? The gold itself is just a rock. Its value comes from how it changes lives. Uganda's golden future must be built for everyone. Uganda stands at a very important point in history. One path leads to bad behavior and unfairness. The other, to shared success and lasting growth. The choices made now will affect many generations. Strong leadership, clear actions, and smart investing are very important. The international community can help, but this is Uganda's story to write. With vision and bravery, Uganda can turn finding a resource into a national blessing. The future isn't guaranteed by gold. It's shaped by what Uganda does next. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to change the nation's future. The world is watching, hoping Uganda chooses wisely. The golden dawn is here. Will it lead to a brighter day for all?